Hi, I'm Dr. Vinod Mithil, consultant diabetologist, and today I'm going to spend a few minutes speaking on to some frequent questions which have been asked to me by my patients, by my diabetic patients in the last few weeks. So, three important questions. One, if you are a diabetic patient, is the risk of getting a new COVID-19 infection on the higher side for you than the general population? Second question is that if you are a diabetic patient and if you get a COVID-19 infection, what is the risk of getting a severe form of infection? And the third question is what is the effect of blood glucose control on COVID-19 infection? Now, coming to the first question, I mean, if you are a diabetic patient, what is the risk of you getting a COVID-19 infection? Is the risk on the higher side? Well, for this, the answer is no. From whatever data which we have got from all over the world, it clearly shows that if being a diabetic patient, that does not increase your risk of getting a new COVID infection. The risk is similar to that of the general population. The second question is that if you are a diabetic patient and if you get a COVID-19 infection, what is the risk of you getting a severe form or a critical illness with the COVID-19 infection? Here the answer is yes. Again, from whatever evidence which we have gathered from all over the world, if you are a diabetic patient and if you get a COVID-19 infection, the probability of you developing a severe form of illness or a critical illness or death is higher as compared to that of the general population. The risk can be as high as 4 times more as compared to the general population. Now there are a lot of reasons for that. I mean, being a diabetic, you know, diabetes is an immunocompromised condition, so therefore your risk of getting any infections, any bacterial infections is more. And second is that a diabetic patient is usually associated with a lot of other comorbid conditions like blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart problems, kidney problems, which are again independent risk factors for a severe infection with the COVID, and therefore these all add up, and your chances of getting a severe infection goes high. The third important question is what is the impact of blood glucose control on COVID-19 infection? Well, this is a very pertinent, very important question for diabetic patients, where it has been found that diabetic patients who keep their glucose so well under control, whose blood sugars are normal, for them the risk of getting a severe illness with COVID-19 infection is similar to that of the general population, which is slow. So again, emphasizing is that the impact of blood glucose is very high. If the blood glucose control is not good, the chances that you may get a severe illness or a critical illness with COVID-19 is on the higher side. This actually underlines the importance of keeping your blood sugars well under control during this pandemic. This is very important, and for this patient has to take a lot of efforts. I mean, during this lockdown the diet has been affected, the exercise activity would have been limited, but I would advise my patients, please keep a check on your diet. Try to keep it as normal as has been prescribed by your healthcare provider. Do some physical activity at home. You can do some general walking, some little bit of resistance, so that you are able to maintain your blood sugars within control. So again, a big advice for my patients is that you have to regularly monitor your blood sugars even in this lockdown period, and then you need to be in touch with your healthcare provider, with your doctor, with your diabetologist, so that he can advise any changes if required to keep your blood sugars under check. So to end this talk, I again would re-emphasize the three basic things which everyone has to do so as to avoid a new COVID infection. First is social distancing. You have to maintain a distance of at least a meter while interacting with anybody. Second thing is use of mask. Mask should be properly used, covering your nose as well as your mouth. And third is hand hygiene, frequent hand washing, use of sanitizers, so that you avoid transmitting any infection from the environment to yourself. So with this I would end. Thank you so much.